case you thought Brian Kilmeade came with this original idea to connect protesters to terrorists, let's go to this third graphic here. Kilmeade is calling for enhanced interrogation techniques on American protesters. His calling for it comes on the heels of Fox News star Tucker Carlson's months-long campaign to push the Trump administration to designate social justice movement Black Lives Matter and Antifa as domestic terror organizations. Let's go to the video of Tucker espousing these thoughts and how he wants to approach this.
It would change the course of this country's future if the Justice Department rounded up the leaders of Antifa tomorrow, along with every single person caught on camera torching a building, destroying a monument, defacing a church, and put them all in shackles, and then frog marched them in front of cameras like MS-13 and called them what they actually are: domestic terrorists. Not protesters, not civil rights activists, not CNN contributors, but domestic terrorists. That would be their new government-approved title. Once they're charged, it's official, in fact. They are literally, as a factual matter, accused terrorists. And that would change minds right away. The people destroying this country are criminals. Few are brave enough to call them that, so naturally their popularity grows. Everyone supports protesters. This is America. We believe in protest. But watch what happens when you start calling them what they really are.
I agree with Tucker Carlson. The number one domestic terrorist group in this country are white supremacists. It's documented and it's vetted out through the numbers. So you should designate them as terrorists, which of course this administration has backed away from, to make sure that they're not designated as terrorists, because they go through cities and attack people based off of their beliefs with their red hats and Trump flags. And they go through cities and do these terrorist moves and then get assistance from officers in many of these cases to continue these activities. And a way to deter that is to designate them who they are, arrest them, charge them, and fully prosecute them to the extent of the law. And maybe it will deter more of them from doing what they've been doing. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, no, and I don't think you're wrong at all. You know what Tucker Carlson is essentially advocating for is a very FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover kind of take on how they treated the Black Panthers back in the 60s and 70s, even though the vast majority were involving just taking care of the Black people, also law-abiding, and really just nurturing and making sure the community is fed, and a sense of organization. And to designate Black Lives Matter as being a criminal entity, kind of like J. Edgar Hoover did the Black Panthers back in the day, saying they presented the greatest internal threat to the nation. All that is a way of keeping Black people disenfranchised. This fear that Black people will come together and rise up and also use their vote and be an organized party is something that is very threatening to white supremacy, because as we know, keeping people divided is a way to keep them held down.
It's the way it always works. I mean, history consistently repeats itself. They know how things worked before. Look to implement it again. And whenever you see these types of talking points go across multiple hosts on this network, then I mean, what else can you see it else as coordinated? I mean, if you don't like violence, you don't like any of the violence. And we saw the way that specifically Tucker and other conservatives got Rittenhouse right after he murdered 2 people. So let's see where it is.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.